Hello, all you epic interstellar science fiction fanatics in Webtown, and welcome back to an Indie Wednesday on Crypto Comics. Today, we get a little more serious than usual as we explore the ephemeral artwork and multi-millennium-spanning story of the dreamy black and white science fiction comic of Time and Space, written by Larry Holder, with art by Rob Cannon. And you can see by the cover alone that this is quite removed from our typical fare here on Crypto Comics. The closest thing from 90s Image Comics we could relate this to would be Jay Lee's work on Hellshock, the Wildcats trilogy, and Youngblood's Strike File. Released by Larry Holder's Point of Light Productions, this Canadian science fiction spectacle is truly unique in both its art and its story. I just want to dive right into it and give you beautiful people in Webtown a taste of what's lingering within the pages of this work of art.
My name is Onisia, and this is my account of the birth of the universe and the first world. The oldest history speaks of the creation of the universe. They say it began in darkness, a pulsing, ever-consuming mass of hate, sorrow, and utter evil in its purest form. In its final moments, it serrated death upon itself in hopes of destroying the universe. Instead, something rather unexpected happened. Its body exploded into a great light. From that light came life and all things good. Upon the burning ashes of the darkness, it spread through the universe. In the center of what used to be the body of the dark mass rested the entity's heart, which, upon its death, became the host to eternal energy. It was a beating light, brightest in the new universe. A great world formed around the once dark heart, and the surface began to grow and thrive under two ever-burning bodies captured in its pole. Of Time and Space, the Lunar Rise. The first mighty race to appear on Ines were the Serpentine Dragi. They formed out of the burning light and basic elements of the universe and gained natural command over them. With this connection to the universe, they discovered a realm beyond life, the spirit of life. Thus, many new forms of life began to spawn from their influence and will. Out of all new life the Dragi created, two were granted with higher knowledge and wisdom, the Homin and the Oristed. These races lived in harmony with each other and the world around them for thousands of years. It was paradise. However, deep below the earth, in the core of the world, surrounded by the burning source of light, a remnant of the dark heart stirred. Brought back by the energy that engulfed it, it used the abundant energy to twist and warp itself into a grotesque creature of darkness. It began to spread itself out through the underworld of Ines, twisting and burning a hell through the roots of the world. On the surface, the homonyms and Oristed lived in harmony and peace, while the Dragi reached ever further to the skies, even to the 3 moons. Then, the trees and plants began to die. The earth split and bled fire.
Your god has come. I am the end, the Nocturne.
The creature's spores brought forth even more threat to the world. The Phobos, the creeping fear. The surviving people of the great races banded together in a great resistance. The war, however, seemed to be lost, as each fallen comrade served to strengthen the Phobos. The Dragi planned a final assault against the Nocturne to end its existence forever. Using their connection with the spirit of life, they formed a power that could cut through darkness like a knife. However, it would end their lives as well.
And that is a little taste of Larry Holder and Rob Cannon's Of Time and Space, the Lunar Rise, from Point of Light Productions. With each page, I could not guess where any of this was going, and I mean that in a very complimentary way. At no time was I confused, but rather compelled to continue turning the pages and discovering more about this strange new universe Larry Holder has created with Rob Cannon's help. And speaking of Rob Cannon, his artwork can really border on abstraction at times.
requiring me to linger in the image to really understand what's happening, but not in a way that I find frustrating. Rather, it fits with the story's time-spanning and world-altering plot nicely, requiring me to take my time breathing in each and every detail of both the story and the artwork. Some might say there are elements of French artist Mobius in Rob's art, but what I'm reminded of for some reason are the set pieces in the French film The City of Lost Children, directed by Jean-Pierre Jeunet and Marc Caro. Rob's artwork on Of Time and Space reminds me of those set pieces, which I believe were designed by Marc Caro, a man who has not directed a film since 2008's Dante 01, but whose visual style is instantly inspiring to any young creator who comes across his music videos and his films with Jeunet, who himself went on to direct Alien Resurrection and the hit French film Amélie, which introduced international audiences to Audrey Tautou of Da Vinci Code fame. I recommend all of Jeunet and Caro's films, in particular The City of the Lost Children, which happens to star Hellboy's Ron Perlman, who happens to speak French with a Russian accent in the film, as he plays a Russian strongman from the circus. But anyway, back to Of Time and Space from Point of Light Productions. Where does it go from here? I got no clue. But I can guarantee you that there are sky cities, angel-like beings, and necromancers waiting in the future of this first part of the saga, known as the Lunar Rise. This is merely the introduction to a much larger story, as any reader can clearly tell. Of Time and Space, The Lunar Rise has had a couple of crowdfunding campaigns, which is where I picked up this digital edition, but I know Larry has attempted to raise funds for a colored edition too, which based on the cover, looks like it could bring a whole new dimension to Rob Cannon's unique artwork. If you'd like to pick up a copy of this potential science fiction masterpiece, just surf on over to pointoflightproductions.com, where you can find both this issue of The Lunar Rise and a Rob Cannon art book for Of Time and Space, as well as keep tabs on writer Larry Holder's current whereabouts and his intention to complete this time-spanning space saga. If you're looking for a simpler science fiction story with a beginning, middle, and end in one single purchase, then check out my novel, Galactic Rush. It's an interstellar space adventure that will take you from the shores of Hawaii to the rings of Saturn in a flash. Find out what Back to the Future would be like if it had been dreamt up by George Lucas. Pick up a copy of Galactic Rush today in digital or print form on Amazon or at enterthelostlibrary.com. But hey, before you go, hit that thumbs up and share this video with a friend who likes the movie Blade Runner. If you're new, subscribe. And if you hit that bell down there, a planet in a distant galaxy will implode. Don't worry though, the people haven't developed space travel, so you don't need to be concerned about those alien scum seeking revenge. Best part about the lack of an alien menace to worry about, it means I get to come back with another totally awesome review for your viewing pleasure, right here on Crypto Comics, to Infinity Wars and beyond!
Jaime should have known better than to turn on the time machine, and his cousin Ezra definitely knew not to take his eyes off his little sister Eliza. But before the cake is served at their great-grandmother's 90th birthday party in New York's Catskill Mountains, the cousins are going to end up enslaved in Egypt alongside the biblical hero Joseph, whose help they'll need if they're ever going to escape the year 1900 BC. Unfortunately for the two American boys, once Pharaoh's most trusted magician discovers the secret of Jaime's time watch, the wicked vizier hatches a plan of his own. With no time to spare, the trio of young men must stop the traitorous high priest from using the marvelous time travel device and Joseph's remarkable ability to interpret dreams in his goal of overthrowing Pharaoh's kingdom and taking the throne for himself. A biblical time travel adventure that quickly dissolves into a comedy of errors, Destination Genesis features the Old Testament story of Joseph's enslavement in Egypt and his troubles with Potiphar's wife in a fun, digestible format designed to remind readers that all things are possible when we rely on God. Pick up your copy today in digital or print form on Amazon, and remember to sign up for our mailing list at enterthelostlibrary.com.